Hey everyone, glad you could make it. So I just came in from dinner and all I've retouched on my makeup today is my chin and I've relined under my eyes. Today I used the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. Since I got this in my giant Sephora box haul, I've been dying to dig into this. And so this was the first thing out of all of that stuff that I had to get into. I'm still getting over this cold, so that's why I sound a little bit stuffy. Okay, so the Shade and Light Eye. She has outdone herself with this. It is just the most amazing giant palette of neutrally and warm and cool shadows in the world. And now I know you may be saying, why should I get this? And I've got a million neutral palettes. Most neutral palettes are browns to me. I have a million palettes that are just browns, and I don't need any more just brown palettes. This is definitely not just brown. There's gray tones in here. There's a lot. It seems like Kat Von D likes her oranges. She likes her rosy colors, her orangey, burnt orange kind of. She seems to like her peaches, that kind of thing. So she's got a really good mix. Look how gray that taupe is right there. This is a really good mix of colors. This is what I did today on my eye, and I'll show you exactly how I did that. But the pigmentation is fantastic. I mean, when you can line under your eye with just a brush, and it holds up through the entire line, the color intensity holds up, that's a good shadow. So I'll show you exactly how I did this, and I want to go through this palette some more with you and show you some other combinations you could do with it. I'm probably going to do those, you know, as the future goes on. I'll probably do some of those combos too. This is the one I did today. Let's do a pat brush. I'm going to take a pat brush, or a flat, sort of a flat-sided brush, and I'm going to try this sort of middle grayish beige color as my lid color. And I'm going to put that in the middle, sort of, because I'm going to put a color here and a color here. So I don't need to put it all over. Very small flat brush, I'm going to put this sort of vanilla color down here. This has a bit of, it's not 100% flat. It has a bit of a sort of a gleam to it. I'm going to put that in there. Inner corner. And I'm going to blend that together. I'm going to start trying to sort of blend as I go on a lot of this stuff, because that seems to work out pretty well. Okay, outer corner, I'm going to take a teeny tiny stubby flat brush, and I'm going to pat on this dark sort of burgundy rust brown. It's a burgundy, it's a plummy brown. That's pretty. I'm going to pat that on in here, and then I'm going to pull it up into the crease. I'm going to put enough on that it's going to be darker down here, but then lighter as I go up to the crease, hopefully. Hopefully it doesn't all get erased. And then I'm going to go in and blend that and pull up in the crease. If I need to put more down here to keep it dark, I will do that. I'm going to use this Sigma blending brush. It's got some powder on it from before, from some shadow on it from before. But I think it'll do to pull up into my crease. It sort of has a wedge on the end that you can kind of get up in the crease with. Okay, now I'm gonna do a highlight. I'm gonna do that same kind of yellowish sheen, vanilla, on the end here. I'm just gonna put that right here. I'm not even gonna go too crazy with it, because I'm about to transition. Do a transition color. And I don't want it to interfere too much with that. I think I love this palette. I think I know that I love this palette. Okay, let's do a transition that's real narrow. I'll use my teeny tiny Sigma brush, E36 blending. It's so little. You see how little it is? That's just gonna create a fine line up there. Let me see which one I want. I'm gonna do this peachy peach. I don't really know why. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, I think I'm going to go back and put some of this really... There's an ivory and there's a white. I'm going to put this ivory on the inner corner just to brighten it even more. A dab. See if it does anything. Man, if you love neutrals like I do, this is your palette. So I'm really happy with how different this turned out today. Again, a neutral palette, you could have just done all browns. This, you know, I have the gray, I have the sort of burgundy, I have that peach, I have the yellowish ivory. You can go a lot of different ways on this palette, and that's what I want to look at right now, is the different combos you can do on here. This would be a really pretty one to do just straight peach, a very peach and rosy combo. This is a lid color, would be a great lid color. This would be a good inner corner color. And then you could crease with, say, this dark brown, and then bring this in as a transition, and that would look kind of like a sunrise, fading in color upward. That would be really pretty. You could go super neutral, or almost to the brown, with this as a lid color, and then this in the crease, and then this is a transition over here. You could go very gray, this lid color, that's your crease and your corner, and then you could do like this is your highlight, and then if you wanted to transition, I would probably do this. I want to do that. I want to do the grays like that, with the transition like that. Yeah, that's next. So there's a million different ways you can go on this palette. It's not just your straight up boring neutral palette. It's got some different stuff thrown in there without having to throw out a blue or a purple or something just totally out there. It's still, everything's just real compatible. That's what I'm looking for. Everything, the colors on here are just super compatible with each other. That's why I would say this is pretty much the palette of the year so far for me. There's just so much compatibility here and so much blendability. It's just a beautiful palette. If you can possibly get this, I would pick it up. It's not just another palette that's brown, and it's not another, you know, palette that's gray or whatever. It's everything all in one, and even this peach is so pretty up here. And even some peaches in there. So awesome, very impressed with it. You know, just about anything Kat Von D comes out with, I love. But this one really takes some kind of a prize. It's an amazing palette. Another product I used today was the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Poured. This color is Opal. Another treat from my Sephora haul box. It really is kind of dark. I mean, look how... It almost looks like a rose gold, but it's not. It's the Opal. You know what? I'm going to compare it. I'm going to compare it with the Opal liquid version of it. Okay. Here is the Opal liquid version, and here is the poured. So I'm going to do these side by side on my hand. I already kind of like the liquid version quite a bit. but it's so liquidy that I feel like sometimes if I put a little too much on, it will melt through my foundation and my blush. So maybe I just picked up a whole lot on there with the poured. But anyway, yeah, you know what? The color is completely different. The poured, okay, look at this. Here's the liquid, here's the poured. The poured is much peacher and much peachy pinker, and the liquid is just very light peach. Look at the difference there. Huh, so it is darker. I mean, I'm looking at it, and it looks really dark. It does say opal. It's not the rose gold. So, as far as the glitteriness, I think it's still got the same amount of sheen or glitteriness as the liquid. Definitely a different color, though, even though they're both opal. But as a product, I do like the poured. It's a good way to get that sheen and that shine without the liquid. Like I said, sometimes I feel like it melts my foundation off and it melts my blush off. But so, and it is very soft. I just put a big old fingerprint in the middle of it. It's very soft. So I think it's good. I don't know, you know, maybe if you're having problems like I do with the liquid one where it melts through, you may not need to pick up a poured. So tonight I tried for the first time this Real Techniques sponge. It's supposed to be comparable to the Beauty Blender. I've never used a beauty blender before, but I am probably going to be picking one up soon. Not to blend my foundation so much as to blend kind of my concealer. I've seen beauty blenders used on concealer and it just looks so good. It gets such a good thin, even coating and it's all worked into your skin and everything. So I'm probably going to be picking one up soon. I tried this one out today and I did wet it, squeeze it out really good, dried it real good in a towel. I used my Urban Decay Naked Skin concealer, which I've been having some problems with, looking sort of dry and cakey underneath. I wanted to use this today to get a real thin, good layer on so that it wouldn't look so cakey and dry. I didn't really see any advantage to using this. I'm enjoying playing with it though. I didn't really see any advantage to using this as under my concealer. Maybe with a creamier, thicker concealer, it might do something. Then again, maybe I just need to get a beauty blender and just get it over with and try that out. So I'll let you know when I get my beauty blender how I enjoy that for my concealer. So today I did line my upper lid with my new Kat Von D tattoo liner, Mad Max Brown, part of my grand Sephora haul. Love it, of course. It is not budging, not going anywhere. It is a very dark brown though. It's browner on than the case looks, the packaging looks. I need to do a side-by-side of this with the black. Let's do that real quick because here's the black. I have a travel size one and I have a full size one. Because it is, I thought it was going to be a little more brown. On, it kind of looks black. Can you see? It kind of looks like it might be black. I know on my hand it's not going to look that dark. On my hand it looks very sort of espresso, brown black. Now here's the black. Brown, black. So there is definitely a difference there, but I'm just saying it just went on really dark. Probably closer to black than I would have liked it to have looked for this eye look. For this eye look, I wanted to get more towards the browns and not really a black liner. But I love it. You know, it's a tattoo liner and you gotta love them. I did try out a new NYX blush today. It's one of their HD blushes. I've been wanting to try these out. I picked up 2 of them at Ulta the other day. This one is called Nude'tude. And it is a beautiful, very neutral, it looks peachier on screen. It really does. It is a beautiful nude, neutrally neutral. Peachy brown, I guess. Peachy brown. And it's, I love it. It's the softest cosmetic item I think I've ever felt. It's just like pure powder. It's softer than an eyeshadow even. It's extreme. Well, here it is, and I've put a ton on to get that color. But that's what I wore today, and I love it. I think this is going to be my go-to blush. I love very nude blushes, very neutral blushes, not bright blushes. I think that's going to be a wonderful go-to blush for me. It stayed on pretty well. I did have to retouch it tonight. That's normal for me with blushes. Blushes just don't last on me, no matter the brand, no matter how I put them on, whatever. I don't know, something about my skin. So it held up pretty well, and I really love that color. Upcoming reviews. There will be many, many upcoming reviews. I have Tarte products. I have Clinique products. I have everything coming to that you can imagine to review. I'm going to be very busy in the next couple of weeks reviewing and reviewing. Plus, I'll be getting new stuff. You know, I'm always getting new stuff in. I've got my eye on a couple of things. So on my radar, I guess. I do want to get a beauty blender. Try that out. I do want to get one of the new NARS dual blushes. There's one that in particular that I really, really enjoy. Another thing I'm excited about getting soon, IT Cosmetics has an Ombre Bronzer. I don't really use bronzer, but I think it would make a fantastic contour and highlight / blush kind of all in one. Dying to get that. Also want to try out the IT Cosmetics Je ne sais quoi blush. It's an ombre blush, so it starts light and fades to deeper. I want to try that out. So those are the things I have coming that I will be reviewing. I have many more reviews to do. Bye. Thank you for watching. Thanks so much for watching. It means so much to me that people are actually watching these videos. Just more than you can know, it means to me. Thank you.